Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a classic Batman story. This is not new, this is a retro review. This is Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. Now this is not an omnibus, it's not an absolute edition, it's a slipcase version. It's the collector's edition from DC Comics. And what's nice is they've collected all 4 issues just as they were in comic form, except they're hardcover, which I thought was really nice. And they come out like that. And I just think that's really cool. So let's take a look at them. This book, let's see, when did this come out? I think it was 2016. It retailed for $50. Quite honestly, I've looked, it's easily available. I don't think it's still in print, but it's easily available. And it's not expensive at all. In fact, I've seen it in several cases cheaper than the retail price when it first came out. So if you're interested in this version of the story, it's not a bad way to go. And the case is really sturdy. It's a sturdy cardboard case. It's not flimsy at all in any way. It's a really nice job DC did. Let's take a look at the first one. I remember when this came out in 1986. I was in high school, and it blew me away. I had never read anything like it. The idea of an older Batman coming out of retirement, fighting crime again in a changed world, just really appealed to me. Frank Miller did a fantastic job. So here's the first one. This book is very 80s, if you read it. Here we have Two-Face. Two-Face had an operation, and his face is been fixed. Supposedly, he's been cured. Supposedly. And here's Batman, Bruce Wayne, in his Batcave, and everything is covered up with sheeting, except for Robin's costume. And it's interesting to wonder what happened to Robin, and it doesn't say. Bruce Wayne relives his origin as a child, what happened to his parents, and he just gets inspired to go back into crime fighting because of the direction that Gotham is going in. You've got a lot of news broadcast panels. There are some classic images in this book. This is one of them. I really like this image of Batman in his full glory, swooping down from above and just landing on this car. The cape is just fully in action too, the way it was drawn. I really like it. Here he's got some dealings with some cops. The younger one wants to arrest him. The older one remembers him and tells the rookie off. Here we have the Joker, excuse me. He's locked up in the insane asylum, and apparently has been not really doing much because Batman has retired and he's had nothing to do. But then he finds out that Batman is active again, and he turns into the Joker once more. And here he is setting up a crime event. And here's Batman. It's weird to see Batman with a rifle, and he's gotten hit here. He's got some kind of body armor on. The fight is against Two-Face, and he defeats Two-Face. There he is. And he said he's fixed. And he says, take a look. At least both sides match. And it's really quite poignant. He says, take a look. Have your laugh, Batman. Take a look. And Batman sees him as he is. Both sides do match. He is fully Two-Faced. And sadly, Two-Face just says, take a look. But Batman says that he sees a reflection. I see a reflection, Harvey. A reflection. Fantastic book. Extremely well written. This was in a prestige format when it first came out. I remember it was a little on the expensive side for a comic because of how it was put together, but I was hooked. I was really hooked. So I anxiously awaited issue 2, which is what this is. And here we have Carrie Kelly suiting up as Robin. She decides she wants to be Robin and help Batman. I kind of get a kick out of this scene where you've got the mutants gang just going full bore attacking, and this one guy's got some kind of huge belt-fed machine gun, and he tells his partner, get out of the way, and the guy doesn't. He just shoots through him anyway. So it's like, nice, real nice. And this scene right here was used in Batman versus Superman, the movie. Obviously it wasn't The Dark Knight Returns, so they weren't adapting that, but they were inspired by this scene. This kid is taken hostage. The gang member says he's going to shoot him, believe me. Batman actually shoots him, kills him, and says, I believe you. And he saves the child. So for those that were upset in Batman versus Superman that Batman had turned into an angrier, even a deadly Batman, a Batman who'd grown older and had done things that he probably wouldn't have done when he was younger, including, in this case, killing somebody. It was not against the comics, actually. It's this scene was inspired, that scene in Batman versus Superman, because the same thing happened there. I like this image too. Here's the mutant leader. Wanted to fight Batman. Here's the new Batmobile. More like a giant tank. There it is. There's another good shot. This is a classic shot right there. Classic piece of artwork. Batman getting out of the Batmobile to fight the mutant leader. Unfortunately, the mutant leader just totally overpowers him, and it takes Robin to come in, save the day, which he does. And Carrie Kelly gets to look at the original Robin costume and wonder about that. I like this image too. Bruce Wayne just kind of holding on to Carrie. Gotham has gotten really strange. And in this case, Batman goes after the mutant gang's leader, but this time he gets him into a mud pit, and this slows them both down and makes it more of an even fight, one in which Batman is able to defeat him. And I like the ending here. Bruce Wayne hears a wolf howl, and he grins and says, "I know how he feels." Another great issue. Going to issue 3. A lot of action going on. There is a lot going on in this story. It's very well written. The artwork is great. Here's Superman trying to stop a gigantic nuclear missile that's been launched against us. And he does so. That's cool too. An image of Batman riding a black horse. Here's Superman getting caught in the nuclear blast, and unfortunately it blocks out the sun, and he starts losing his super abilities, and it starts to kill him, but he does manage to survive. This is another cool image. Batman leading some gang members that he's converted over to his side. And we have Ronald Reagan. And you may laugh at that, but hey, back in 1986, that was current. That was actually current. Now here's a scene taken directly from Batman vs. Superman, where Batman fights Superman in this armor that he constructed, and that was taken straight into the movie. Again, it was not an adaptation of The Dark Knight, but the idea was placed into that movie. Did anyone like Batman vs. Superman? I enjoyed it. You know what? I've jumped ahead. That was issue 4. That was the end of the story. Well, let's take a look at issue 3 anyway, shall we? My apologies. I knew I was missing something. This I thought was really bizarre. This is Batman in disguise in a little, I don't know, liquor mart, something like that. And you've got these gang members. I don't know who they are, but their leader is this weird-looking, buzz-headed chick with swastikas on her chest and on her butt. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know, has Frank Miller ever said what the point of that was, or was it just to get kind of a startling image? This is a cool image. Batman and Robin leaping through the air. There's Clark Kent, Superman. Again, product of its time, 1986, Cold War was still on. Superman is working for the government, and he's taken on the Russians. Here we have Joker making an appearance on the late night show with David Letterman, who at the time was a late night talk show host. And all he says is, I'm going to kill everyone in this room. Which, as it turns out, he does. This is a classic picture here of Superman. Yep, Superman's taking out enemies of America. There's another classic image. And this is a fight, the final fight between Batman and the Joker. And what happens is that Batman chases him into one of those funfair rides that is on, those little boats in a stream that goes through the ride. Batman does not bring himself to kill him. He ends up breaking his neck, sort of paralyzing him. And the Joker actually has the last laugh because he says, you didn't have the nerve. And he's going to, in his last moment in life, is to kill himself, break his neck completely. And he says, no one will ever know that you didn't have the nerve. And it'll get blamed on him, even though Batman didn't actually kill him. So that's the final fight there. This is a classic story. I think it's transcended generations. It's still considered a classic. Like I say, you can buy it in many formats. You can buy it this way. You can buy the original issues. You can buy the Absolute Edition. There's probably a trade paperback in there somewhere. Probably a hardcover too somewhere. This is such a popular story. It's in many formats. I would not recommend it for younger readers. As a teenager, I was fine. It's a little on the mature side, just with some of the images and themes. But like I said, as a teenager, I was just quite taken with it. It really appealed to me. So if you want to get a copy of it, get a copy of it. And I have a question: has anybody actually read the second and third Dark Knight stories? Because I actually haven't. I wonder if they're any good. Has anyone read them? Can you recommend them to me? Should I avoid them? This is such a classic that I can't imagine the second and third one topping this. So I reluctantly I have not read them. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you've read the others or not. Have any of you had a chance to read this? And what did you think when you read it? So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye.